tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. They had no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a give right side. Malone slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Green, and he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Green on 1st and 10. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Taken down and sacked.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Complete to his running back out of the backfield.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Green got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Broncos send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st and 10, Anderson. His throw incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Anderson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A 3-yard
Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
26 yards on the play there. To throw is Anderson. Throwing on 1st down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. This duo locked in. 14 yards there. And a 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. From the gun, Anderson. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Anderson. That's complete right around the 8. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
Ravens 3, Broncos nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick. Up over 30 yards. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Malone. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and
on second down now. It's Malone, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
A loss of a yard.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Green. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
At their own
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Anderson now on 1st down, and he slings one that's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 2nd down, Arthur. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
The ball carried by number 20.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's
Operating from the gun, Anderson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense did its part to get on the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. That's taken on the 25. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
On 2nd down now, it's Malone. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down at his...
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Taken down and sacked.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Looking to throw. Green. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos nothing.
Ridiculous birds, such a force of nature.
Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now a give, right side. Arthur.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
7 yards there and a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the door gets tough in here.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Arthur. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos' 45-yard line.
Here's Anderson looking to throw on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Ravens.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 29-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards. And a Raven first down.
Anderson on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
It's a pickup of 6.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now Anderson from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
For the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Broncos nothing.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here?
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Green, and that is incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
To throw is Anderson. Throwing on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Anderson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
37-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Offense.
Can't do that, man.
So that one will be accepted. To throw on 2nd down, Anderson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 30.
On play action. Anderson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they try the right side here. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there.
He's tackled.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Stopped short.
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Now Anderson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Number 19.
A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them.
The kicker on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Good.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now stands at 13.
Nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 1st down, Malone. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Green to throw on 2nd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Make it work for him.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he fends him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Anderson. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Anderson now looking to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
3rd down.
From the gun, Anderson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
Brought down at the 18-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium, as that promises to be a tight one. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. And then one more to highlight, Sunday Night Football, as the national audience will see a good one between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together?
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
For the running back. He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Anderson.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Anderson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Anderson's pass.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. Here's Anderson on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. brings up 2nd and a yard at the 40-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Again, the ball
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Anderson on 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Complete to number 86.
From 4 yards out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And he'll bang that one through. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working and call more of that.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw on 2nd down. Green. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Green over the middle, complete. That's Collins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and 10 at the
Maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
37. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Malone. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Denver Broncos.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now Green on 3rd down. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
At the 49-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hands it off out of the gun. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Anderson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
He was brought down at the
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Anderson. And he fires one, but incomplete. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27.
Broncos 3.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. To throw is Green on 1st and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They were looking for Johnson that time. Yeah, that'll make it 3rd down.
Yards to go.
And that will be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he comes back with one complete.
Good.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Green. Open man there is Malone. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
To number 37. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Green. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Green from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check safety. Check safety.
Off the bootleg. Anderson steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Loss of 4 yards. It's third down.
Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And here's Green throwing on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
At the 22-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Green now to throw on 2nd down. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st
Boy,
and
so
10.
another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
37. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 21. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
1st down, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
37.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded right around the 8.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Set to take over. The Broncos offense trots back out. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
To throw is Green, operating from the gun. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again, Green. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing after the interception. Green. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Intended for number 37.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
Throwing again. Green. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
1st and 10.
15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Max 50, max 50, max 50. And let's pin up.
Green down on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw again. Green. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And here's Green to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Ravens offense back out there.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He was brought down at the 26. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Anderson. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
39-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. And finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Delay of game, offense.
What's the deal, y'all?
No hesitation.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Delay of game penalty ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
The Broncos about set to go on offense.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they continue to put themselves in position for a 1st-round bye as they move to 8-2. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.